The Zorathi Council had made their decision in the pristine white chambers of their orbital fortress. Ambassador Marcus Chen, the human representative who had dared to expose their illegal mining operations in neutral space, would be eliminated. 3 of their finest shadow operatives received the contract. Make it look like an accident, ensure no trace led back to the council. They found Chen alone in his quarters aboard the diplomatic station, reviewing star charts by the pale blue light of his holographic display. The assassins moved like liquid darkness through the corridors, their bio-enhanced reflexes and quantum phase weapons making them ghosts among the living. The first blade found Chen's shoulder, the second, his chest. The third should have pierced his heart. But humans, the Zorathi had learned too late, were remarkably difficult to kill. Chen's hand shot out with impossible speed, crushing the lead assassin's wrist. His other fist connected with the second attacker's throat, the sickening crack of cartilage echoing in the small room. The third assassin barely had time to register surprise before Chen's elbow shattered his skull against the bulkhead. "Mistake number 1, Chen whispered, clutching his wounds, as purple Zorathi blood pooled around the bodies. "You should have done your homework on human anatomy." 3 weeks later, Chen's ship emerged from hyperspace at the edge of Zorathi territory. But he was not alone. Admiral Vextar, commanding the Zorathi border fleet, watched his sensors with growing unease. The human vessel was broadcasting diplomatic codes, requesting safe passage to the council chambers. Standard protocol demanded they grant it. Chen was still technically an ambassador despite their failed attempt on his life. "Sir," his tactical officer reported, voice tight with confusion, "I'm reading massive energy signatures from his ship. It's bigger than our reading suggested." On the main screen, Chen's vessel came into view. What had once been a modest diplomatic courier was now something else entirely. Gleaming metal surfaces stretched for kilometers, bristling with weapons. That defied Zorathi understanding. But it wasn't the armaments that made Admiral Vextar's blood freeze. It was the ships emerging from the human vessel's hangar bays. Hundreds of them, thousands. Small fighters that moved with organic fluidity, their hulls rippling like living tissue. Each one was roughly humanoid in shape, but wrong in ways that made the Zorathi's advanced brains struggle to process what they were seeing. "Open a channel," Chen's voice crackled across the void, calm and measured. "Admiral Vextar, I believe we have some unfinished business to discuss." The Admiral's primary arms trembled as he activated the communication array. "Ambassador Chen, you were reported missing." "Oh, I was never missing," Chen replied, and Vextar could hear the smile in his voice. "I was recruiting." The human vessel moved closer, its escort of impossible fighters maintaining perfect formation. As they approached, the Admiral's sensors began picking up individual life signs from the smaller craft. But these readings made no sense. The pilots weren't Zorathi, weren't any of the known spacefaring species. They were human. All of them. You. "See, Admiral," Chen continued, "when your assassins attacked me, they made a critical error. They assumed humanity was alone in this galaxy. The massive ship's hangar bays opened wider, revealing even more fighters. These ones were different, sleeker, more advanced, crackling with energy that made the Zorathi ship's defensive screens flicker just from proximity." "We've been watching, learning, growing," Chen said. "Every human who ever died in space, every colonist lost to alien aggression, every explorer who vanished into the void, we found them, we brought them back. Admiral, Vextar's sensor operator was frantically recalibrating his instruments. "Sir, I'm reading human neural patterns, but the biosignatures are enhanced, modified beyond our understanding of their species." "Impossible," Vextar whispered. "Is it?" Chen asked. "Your people have always underestimated us. You see our short lives, our fragile bodies, our small territory, and you think we're weak. But you never understood our greatest strength." The fighters began to move, their formations shifting into attack patterns that flowed like schools of fish through three-dimensional space. Each pilot moved in perfect synchronization with the others, as if they shared a single mind. "We never forget our dead," Chen said, "and we never forgive those who wrong us." The lead fighter pilot's voice joined the communication channel. "Admiral, this is Captain Sarah Torres, lost at Kepler Station 5 years ago. I'm here to collect on a debt." Another voice. "Commander James Wright, MIA during the Proxima incident. We have some questions about that mining laser malfunction." Then another, and another. Names and faces the Zorathi had wiped from their official records. Humans they had eliminated or allowed to die to protect their interests. Each one now flying a ship that outclassed anything in the Zorathi fleet. How? Admiral Vextar managed to ask. "Humanity's real gift isn't our technology or our tactics," Chen explained as his massive ship's weapons systems came online, energy readings that made the Admiral's threat assessment computers overflow with warnings. "It's our ability to adapt, to overcome, to become something greater than we were." The fighters spread out across the Zorathi fleet's formation, each one targeting a specific ship with mathematical precision. The pilots' voices filled the comm. Channels. A chorus of the presumed dead demanding justice. "We took their consciousness at the moment of death," Chen continued. "We enhanced their bodies, their ships, their weapons. We gave them purpose beyond the grave. They are no longer merely human. They are humanity perfected, humanity evolved, humanity unleashed." Admiral Vextar looked at his tactical display, watching as his entire fleet was systematically targeted by an army of ghosts, piloting ships that existed beyond the boundaries of known science. "What do you want?" he asked, though he already knew the answer. "Justice," Chen replied simply. "For every human life your council has taken, for every crime you've covered up, for every act of aggression you've committed against a species you thought too weak to fight back." The massive human ship moved into firing position, its escort of enhanced fighters holding their formation with supernatural discipline. In the depths of space, humanity had found a way to cheat death itself, turning their fallen into an army of the impossible. "Tell your council," Chen said, his voice carrying the weight of 10,000 graves, "that the human ambassador has returned, and this time he brought friends." The Admiral's finger hovered over the surrender beacon, knowing that the Zorathi had finally met an enemy they could never defeat. Humanity's refusal to let the dead rest in peace.